All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wilk Edition. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell button so you know every time I'm uploading content. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. I greatly appreciate you stopping through. We're going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to unpack. We have some Laker news that I want to talk about. I want to speak on some heartbreaking news out of Mississippi. We're going to touch on Team USA, and then we're going to see what LeBron got going on as he takes this journey through free agency. So, like I said, thank you guys for listening, and shit, let's get started, man. So, our first topic I want to hit on today is the Lakers pursuing Jonathan Kuminga. So reports that the Lakers are still interested in Jonathan Kuminga. Uh, they remain in contact with his camp. Even after adding Kevon Looney, we signed him the other day. Solid backup center. Three-time champion with the Golden State Warriors. He's a vet. He knows how to win. He knows sacrifice. He knows what it takes to win. Rebound, hard screens for his teammates, solid defense, solid minutes as he's in the game. So I like that pickup. Like I said, Jonathan Kuminga averaged 12.2 points a game, 5.6 rebounds, and 2.3 assists last season. Between Golden State and Atlanta, he had a pretty solid uh, run with Atlanta. I know they ended up losing, wasn't really because of him. It was a team collective why they lost. But it was a bright spot for Atlanta. Jonathan Kuminga was one of those bright spots. Late addition, a trade from the Warriors. His stint with the Warriors was a little up and down. Uh, Took him a little minute to try to find his footing. He never really found his footing. He didn't know if he wanted to be a defender. He didn't know if he wanted to do this. He don't want to do that. So, uh, as a Lakers fan, all right, stay with me. As a Lakers fan, I like the Jonathan Kuminga uh selection, and I'll tell you why I think he'll be a good fit for the Lakers. So, as presently constructed, people be looking at Lakers like, oh, they don't have any wing defenders, they don't have this, they don't have that. Okay, Jonathan Kuminga as that wing defender, athleticism, young youth. He's a downhill scoring, defensive. Excuse me, defensive upgrade. So Jonathan Kuminga makes a lot of sense for the Lakers. We can get him at a pretty cheap price. And granted, I want him to get his money. Anybody who's in any business of making money and getting money, I want you to get your money. But the Lakers are going to make you earn this money. So that means, well, one, you got to sign. I don't know what he's waiting on. But for one, you need to go ahead and sign with the Lakers so you can get in the lab. Because as soon as training camp come around, or you're gonna need to be getting runs in with your teammates, building chemistry, because a lot of basketballers do on chemistry. That New York Knicks team that won the championship, they had a bunch of chemistry, played a bunch together. It wasn't like somebody was hurt and then you played 20, 30 games without somebody like. So we need that, and we need that youth. We went younger. We got a Kessler, we got a Samu. Still got Austin, still got Luca. I think Kevon Looney is the oldest person on the roster. He's 30. All right, so the Lakers got younger. We just got to get a little bit more athletic. I think with um Grimes, Kessler, like those signings, I think those are really, really big signings. Um, I don't see why we wouldn't get it. It makes sense. Next to Luca, we need that burst. We need size, someone who can attack closeouts instead of needing the ball all the time. That could be Jonathan Kuminga, okay? For him to be able to get his money, he needs to relish in the role that he's given. All right, you come to a team with Luka Doncic, led the league in scoring. 5, 6-time All NBA, first team. Let me get it. First team All NBA. All right, we got Austin up and coming. He done bloomed. He got room to grow too. Yes, Austin. Yeah, look, I'm gonna hold them accountable. They need to get better on defense, better team defense, and that's why adding those shot blockers, that energy guys, we need that. So signing Jonathan Kuminga would be huge for the Lakers. All right. Now there is a reason to be a little cautious. All right, he still has to get proven. He can be a better shooter, better decision maker. So, but Luke is the perfect person to learn that kind of stuff from. So I'll raise my hand and say, hey, go as a Lakers fan, go get Jonathan Kuminga. We need some young legs, athletic legs, and he wants to prove himself. Let's give him a full season to do that. If we can sign him for about I think the contract might have been about they want to give him 2 years, 10 million. Now, granted, I don't got $10 million, but somebody want to sign me for $10 million. I'm gonna play for $10 million. All right, with the possibility of getting more money down the road, or you know what I'm saying, like you know, you gotta prove it to yourself, not just to the Lakers, not to the Warriors, to Atlanta. Prove it to Jonathan Kuminga, like, hey, I belong in this league, and the Lakers are saying, hey, we're gonna make you a starter. A starter. You gonna get a bunch of shots, a bunch of opportunities, alleys, oops, and all this other kind of stuff. Defensive style, get on break. Don't look for nobody. Get on that damn rim. Pull the screws out of it if you got to. We need all of that. So, like I said, I like Kaminga. You can bet on his upside better than his downside. So, you know, it's some type of fix. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's a hole that we need. We need 3-and-D wings. We need defenders around Luca. We need 3-and-D shooters, energy, athleticism around Luca. So if we can get that, that'd be perfect for the Lakers. So I'm all in on that. Hey, sign those. We got Colin Sexton coming off he probably gonna come off the bench. We got those, Card that we drafted. We still got Bronny, still got Doc Connect. We gotta develop this young talent while we have superstars already on the team, and then just to make it all work. All right. We got rid of DeAndre Ayton, thank God. Hey, by all means, you can get going. Cause man, you stunk up the joint. You had a couple good games here and there, but a lot of times you be the biggest one on the court, and we wouldn't even know it. You'll have one rebound. We bringing out bench players, and they getting 6, 7 rebounds just off energy. So hey, but off of Aiden, we good on that. So yeah, hey, as a Laker fan, I'm cool with getting Jonathan Kuminga. Other people might be laughing or saying, "Oh, he ain't gonna do this. Oh, he can't do that." That's fine. He ain't do that for y'all. I believe he can do that for us. And coming to the Lakers, new culture. It's something about that purple and gold. So all he gotta do is come in with his head right. Let's develop. Let's get better. Let's build on what you already got going. Say 6'8", young, athletic. We need all of that. All right, so that's just my thoughts on the Jonathan Kuminga tragedy, tragedy in Mississippi. All right, so authorities say Nolan Xavier Wells, 18 years old, disappeared after a July 4th boat trip near Horn Island, Mississippi, and his body was later found near the island. Uh, Reports also say the family has retained being Crump and is pushing for answers while officials say friends are cooperating and an autopsy was scheduled. The investigation is still active, it's still actively going. They literally just found him the other day. Uh, some the officials say the friends are they are cooperating, and you know somebody got to say something. Um, you know, Mississippi don't really have a great history for black people. They just don't. Even when I served in the military, it was certain places they told us not to even stop. You know what I'm saying? You can avoid getting gas in Mississippi. Like this is what they're telling the soldiers that are coming into the military and you're stationed in the area. So I always proceeded with caution. Because I have my own family to think about, I have myself to think about, I have my friends to think about. So anytime I was getting soldiers and stuff, I was letting them know, hey, when you in Mississippi, hey, ride through, handle your business, do what you need to do, and then get on through. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those places that had this weird aura, and I just didn't like it too much. And I see people saying, hey, don't be the only black person with a group of white people or X, Y, and Z. Yes, this is a tragedy, but I'm gonna pause on that one. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm pausing that one because I have some great friends that are not just black. I have white friends or Indian or Native American. I have a abundance of friends. I have friends that I met in the military that was from the islands of Samoa, and you know, they most of the people I ran into were just real cool, genuine people. I'm from South Carolina. I hung out with my white friends plenty of times. Now, granted, all right, my mama ain't really let us go off and stay and do stuff like that, so I would never going off and get on no boat or nothing like that. But I'm pretty sure he's done that before. It wasn't his first rodeo. It's very unfortunate what happened. I'm eager to see what happens. I will be following this because you know for a young black man to you lose his life and then no one has answers. You know what I'm saying? You go off with your friends, his parents put trust in the people that he was with to hey to bring their son back home alive, healthy, well as when he went. And that just didn't happen. So it's a real it's a real sad situation. This ain't, content to joke through because this is one of those stories you just hope the family gets some real answers. So I will be keeping my eye on this case. Um, waiting on the autopsy results. I heard that the friends already lawyered up, and I'm gonna be real with you. That's a red flag for me. Granted, yeah, you supposed to when you investigation and stuff like that, and is a situation like this, yeah, you want to have a lawyer, of course. That's just base knowledge. I understand that. But if that was my friend, there's nothing that can stop me from saying, "Hey, this is what happened," or because like I said, if it was an accident, say it was an accident. Hey, he fell or he was swimming or some, say something. Don't not say nothing. Oh, I'm gonna let my lawyer talk. Hmm? No, that don't even sound right. That don't go with me. That's why, as a dad, I do not play them games. For the most part, wherever my kids go, that's where I go. When they're with, we going to a friend's house. I'm coming to a friend's house. They having a pool party. I'm going to the pool party. I, I'm not that parent that's gonna drop my kid off at the birthday party and then go out and about. I'm not gonna do that. I don't care how long I'm in knowing or none of that. Now at family house, that could be a tad different because it's family, and you have a different trust for family, and you have a different trust for friends of family or friends. But and granted, like I said, he's 18 years old, so I don't expect his parents to go with him. I'm speaking for me and mine as a dad. If she gonna get on that boat, I'm get on that boat. All right, and I try to teach him like you have to be aware of situations, surroundings. Everybody don't like you. Some people, and like I said, I'm not making this a black white thing because if it was a whole black crew and if something would have happened, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping they'll still get that same publicity. I know it's getting more publicity because he was the only black guy that was there. Somebody knows something. Somebody needs to speak up and give that family some answers and own up to it. If you did something and you made a mistake, you still wrong. It's a mistake, but mistakes do happen. But some mistakes shouldn't happen. Especially if you get into an argument with somebody. There's nothing I can do to somebody get mad at me and I'm kicking them, pushing them over into the water or something like that. To cause that, like that means you're not even thinking about what's after, what's going to happen. You have to think. You have to be aware of situations. Granted, nobody can control when it's your time to go. All right, things happen all the time that shouldn't happen, and this is one of those things that should not have happened. All right, it's really sad. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family. I hope they get answers. I hope the investigators do a thorough job and some type of justice is given to the family. But we all know there's no justice that can bring him back. So my thoughts and prayers are with the Wells family, and like I said, I will be keeping my eye on this situation. All right. So, in other news, the Team USA collapsed in my World Cup picks. All right. So, Team USA lost to Belgium 4-1 in the round of 16. Belgium advances to face Spain in the quarterfinals. This loss was a big letdown. I feel like, and it's not every year. I believe the World Cup is every 4 years, but any big football or soccer event, Team USA just drops the ball. They've had some good teams, with Landon Donovan and Clint Dempsey and what think his name was Ryan Howard was the goalie. They have some good teams, but they seem to always drop the ball, and this just comes back to the game. It's it's a global game, but for other countries, that's damn near their only game. That's like, people, oh, how's America so good at basketball? Well, we play basketball. Once someone starts learning to play basketball, you play it all your life. You play it all the time. That's why the American sports, for the most part, are football, basketball, then you get like baseball, and then you get the other sports. But soccer or football is what they call it. Uh, it's damn near life or death. Like they playing for their country. They love their country. They're passionate. They play it all the time. They play it hard. They just know how to play. Most of the best players there aren't American. So that's why I said this was just a big letdown. The Americans had a good run, but then when it came time, Belgium just showed how far the gap is. America is here, and Belgium was there. It was they got outclassed, outgamed on their home soil. Just let that sink in. We got home court advantage, home field advantage, and still lost. Got smacked. We're the favorite. I can't name you one Belgian player. I'm be real with you. I really can't name you one USA player. But do you know why? Because the the it's not a major. I don't. It's not a major sport in America. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's second. Like, hey, let me play soccer. It helped me with my footwork for other sports. I knew a lot of people who play like offensive line and stuff like that. When they were younger, ask them, hey, what sports did you play? They gonna say they played all these sports. They played soccer as well. Soccer, it helped with my footwork. That's basically what it is. It's not really, you know, and it maybe it could change, but little kids they're not looking up like, oh, I want to grow up to be a soccer player. No, most of the people idols are Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or LeBron James, or you want to go to football, you got Randy Moss, LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders, or Emmett Smith, or Walter Payton, or Bo Jackson, mega superstar athletes, and they're not playing soccer. Baseball is a little different because baseball has had superstars, black superstars, white superstars, Dominican, Cuban, you name it, Japanese. Right now Shohei Ohtani is dominating baseball, and he's from Japan. So it's like uh, the U.S. soccer scene does not have that superstar athlete. Uh, Maybe in the future. Right now, no. So I never really even caught any of the hype. Yeah, I was rooting for Team USA. I'm American. I'm rooting for them, wanting to win and make it look good. They didn't look good. They didn't. Uh, so like I said, USA is out. The current quarterfinal field is France versus Morocco. That should be a really good one. Look, France got Mbappe, a superstar. You see what I'm saying? You got to have that guy on the team, and they have one, and he's one of the guys. All right. We have Spain versus Belgium, Norway versus England, and Argentina versus Switzerland. So the market has France as the favorite to win it all. My pick, I'm gonna go with Argentina. And I'm gonna tell you why. And all the teams play hard. Argentina plays really, really, really hard. And they might have the best soccer player ever to play the game in Lionel Messi. This guy is incredible. You would think he been in the sport 20 something years. He's up there with the LeBrons, the Serenas, the Tigers, the like he's up there with those guys and he's still playing at a high level late in his career. I just don't understand. They were losing to Egypt 2-0 nil as they say and scored 3 goals or the team Argentina team scored 3 goals in 13 minutes to stun Egypt. And Egypt was winning for them. They had the majority, they had the momentum, they had the game in control until they didn't. They lost control. All right, and it was just incredible. Like I said, Messi's one of my favorite players. I have a jersey hanging up. It was pretty spectacular. So if you haven't got a chance to watch the World Cup, I would highly recommend you looking into trying to see if you can catch a game because these are some of the best athletes in the world. And then when you look at soccer, it's a lot of running. It's a lot of running and score 1-0, 2-0, 3-2. Argentina win. Like you see what I'm saying? It can happen just like that. Uh, like I said, it's an incredible sport. It shows incredible endurance, incredible athleticism. Remember, you're doing everything with your feet, everything but your hands. So you got other than the goalies using their hands. So it's been pretty action packed. Even if you don't know anybody, just sitting back watching the sport, learning the sport, because it might be a sport you not might have that much knowledge. You don't know what the offsides is, or this, or a red flag, or yellow card, or red card. Like it's a whole lot of different rules. It's a completely different sport from football, American football, and it's completely different from basketball. All right, so everybody has their own rules and regulations. But yeah, uh, Team USA got a long way to go. They've made progress. I'm not knocking that, saying they haven't made progress, but when it comes to playing these other teams, the other teams are just in the class of their own right now. So Team USA, get in the lab. Y'all need to get y'all shit together. And come on, Argentina. Let's bring it home. And our final segment of the day, one of the biggest storylines in a while, is LeBron leaving the Lakers and heading into free agency this offseason. So I still have a hair. I still have a hair that LeBron might come back to the Lakers. All right. You heard it here on the TheWilkEdition. If it happens, it might not happen, but if it happens, because I'm looking at all these other teams that they talking about he might go to. I think the three teams they say he might go to would be Cleveland, which makes a lot of sense. That's like a storybook finish. He started in Cleveland. He might well finish in Cleveland. All right. Some people said the Philadelphia 76ers. That look good over there. You got Embiid, you got Jalen Brown, you got Maxey, you got Edgecombe. Throwing LeBron into that would definitely put them at the top of the East. Then you had the Miami Heat, who have Giannis and Bam and Tim Hardaway. Like that, like I said, I don't feel like that roster has enough for LeBron to want to go. Now, it just depends on what LeBron want to do because he said it ain't about the money. But I'm like, okay, well, if it ain't about the money, why wouldn't you come back to the Lakers if it ain't about the money? But I think it was more of LeBron wasn't feeling the love maybe from the Lakers because they was kind of favoring Luca, which that's what they're supposed to do. So hey, if you want to leave, I mean that's fine. I mean the Lakers gonna still be the Lakers. I feel like we still have a solid team to contend out west, even without LeBron. Granted, LeBron does bring a lot, but he bring a lot of other stuff too, and not in a negative way. I thought LeBron was pretty great for us. He was probably the most durable person we had. Even when we had AD, he was the most durable person then. So, and like I said, we got a championship out of him. So that's cool. Um, you know, best fits for LeBron, storybook fit, Cleveland, chaos fit. I didn't mention this team because I never thought he was gonna go there, but Golden State. Uh, pairing LeBron and stuff. And I know what people are thinking. Granted, they've never played with each other other than in an Olympic gameplay where the past Olympics where, it was magic. You know what I'm saying? LeBron throwing no looks to Steph and all the good clean looks he can get and Swiss Army knife and all that. I get all that. I don't think they have a winning roster. So if LeBron's trying to go to a situation where he can win, you know, and out of the teams he said it's down to, I'll probably say he can go to Philly. It just depends what they do with that. Cleveland is a home thing, so I don't want to take Cleveland out. But a dark horse team that LeBron could possibly go to would probably be back to the Lakers, especially what we picked up. Especially if we can get Kaminga and get some of these other pieces. If we can get Braun in there to have him facilitate, and I hate that we lost Rui. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was pretty solid for us. Could be a better defender. He wasn't a bad defender. Could have rebound a little bit better. He wasn't really a crasher with the rebounds. He shot the ball, exceptionally well. More catch and shoot. Here and there, he'd do some step backs and stuff. And shit, when he did it, everybody was surprised and looking around. I know I was, especially against OKC. He got like a 4 point play. I don't even know how that move worked. It worked, but he got a foot. I mean, we still lost, but anyway, losing Rui was big. Like I said, we signed some other pieces, some grit players, some players that got to prove some stuff. Um, like I said, but as far as contender fit, like I said, it depends on what Brown want to do. If he go to Philly, he's not gonna be the focal point. It's three or four other people and it's only one basketball. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if he goes to Miami, he's going to be the point guard for Miami. All right, they're not. LeBron gonna be at the one. Giannis gonna be at the five. Bam at the four, and then they'll fill in all these other pieces that they can get. You know what I'm saying? Hardaway and they traded Tyler Hero, so they got a lot of work to do down there in Miami as well. So we gonna see. We gonna see where LeBron goes. These type of off seasons, LeBron will be like, "Oh, I don't know," or Rich Paul will be, LeBron's agent to do more of the talking. I like to sit back and wait on these things. It's fun saying, "Hey, he can go here, he can go there." Oh, I don't know if he looked like going there, but you know, if LeBron wants a legacy fit, he'll go back to Cleveland because that's just storybook. And you know, honestly, if he want to go back to Cleveland, I would prefer to sign and trade. Sign back with the Lakers. The Lakers trade LeBron and Bronny for somebody. You see what I'm saying? Or something. I'd rather it go like that. Uh like I said, entertaining box office, Golden State is LeBron and Steph. They gonna be on TV all the time. Even if they losing, they gonna be on TV all the time. And like I said, as far as contending from the teams that he's looking at, probably Miami and Philly. So that's just where I'm at. So like I said, you know, Kuminga to the Lakers, like I said, I get it. Only at the right price, but I'm cool with that. Like I said, my thoughts and prayers go out to the Mississippi situation. It is really, really heartbreaking. And, it's I really hope that family gets some answers. All right. Like I said, Team USA just a flat out disappointed. Uh, right now I got Argentina winning the World Cup. And like I was just speaking on, as for LeBron, We may be really looking at the final chapter of LeBron James' career. And what a hell of a career. Like I said, at the beginning, I didn't even like LeBron at first when he first came into the league because I was a really big Kobe fan. And growing up, they was always trying to say Kobe or LeBron, Kobe or LeBron. But then as I grew and like learning the game and learning basketball, I've never seen nobody like LeBron James. And Kobe is my favorite player. I've never seen nobody like LeBron James. I don't really get too caught up in all the championship trophies and stuff like that because once you win multiple of something, you're a multiple time champion. That's just what it looks like. Yeah, people put numbers and stuff on that, but he has four championships, finals MVPs, league MVP. Like he has multiple of that stuff. I think the only thing LeBron said he didn't get and he should have got was a defensive player of the year. He got second team. Well, he made an all defensive team, but he won a defensive player of the year, and they gave it to Mark Gasol, I believe. I'm like, that just didn't make any sense. But that would have had LeBron with an MVP, Finals MVP, and he would have had Defensive Player of the Year all in one season. So that would have been kind of nuts. Uh, but hey, that's it for this episode of the Wilk Edition. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Just listen to me talk. I've been doing some stay-at-home dad content, and this is also a part of my stay-at-home dad content is running my pod, running my channel. I love it. I get to talk. I got a microphone. I'm gonna use it. Uh, so yeah, if you like the conversation that we had today, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, so you know every time I'm going live. All right, I'm gonna try to be doing this every other day, so you can kind of stay up to date. Um, just make sure y'all tap in with the Wilk Edition, and I will catch y'all in the next one. All right.